Knowing that you have injured yourself, assessing just how bad it is can be quite tricky in terms of, do you need to get treatment for it? Will it settle down on its own? It can be a bit frustrating. You really want to get back out running, especially just now. Let's say when we're in the middle of a sort of marathon season with everybody training for likes of, maybe the London previously, or Edinburgh coming up, one or two international marathons. So we're looking at, what can you do to keep running if you can do. One of the best things to look at is just to allow yourself somewhere between 48, 72 hours, so 2 to 3 days to allow whatever injury you have to settle down. If during that time period things are settling down, then generally speaking, you're going to be good to go without any treatment. And it's really then just a question of slowly easing yourself back into some running, because for all it is calming down, we don't want to go back at it too quickly. So the first thing to do is, let's say, give it 2 to 3 days to allow things to calm down. That's going to give you a good idea as to whether it was going to do it on its own or not. Then once you've done that and you're like, okay, this is a situation, it is calming down, I am most likely not going to need treatment, I can go back out myself. So we start off with a really quite a reduced mileage or time that you're out in any one of the sessions, which you maybe want to cut them in half in comparison to what you've been doing. The other thing to do would be to allow at least a day's rest between each run, just for the next maybe week, as you get just confident that everything is actually okay. And then as that week goes on, you're thinking, right, fine, everything is okay, I can carry on with, I'm definitely going to be okay, I'm not going to need any more treatment. We can start to build things back up again. So you're just going to start to increase the time on your feet that you're out there, taking another week to get back towards the sort of training load that you're already on. You might be able to run either further in any of the one sessions, or you might be able to run a couple of days in a row. That really is kind of almost down to what your body's telling you. Are you comfortable running 2 days in a row? Great. It's always worth trying it, especially towards the end of that second week. And then from there on, you kind of know that everything's fine. You've increased the mileage again. You've done a couple of sessions that are back to back. And then it really is just back into your normal running program. You've given yourself effectively a 10 days to 2 week period just to make sure everything's fine and gradually build it back up. But if the scenario is over those first couple of days or so post-injury, things aren't really settling down, you get into the third day, it's still quite painful, then we really are thinking, right, we need to get some treatment. But even when we're getting some treatment, we still want you ideally to be running again as fast as possible. But in the first instance, it might be that you come off the running, that you might be on a bike, rowing machine, something like that, just to keep up. You don't want to lose that fitness that you've been gaining. But let's say we want you back running as fast as we can. So we need to find out just what sort of situation is. So aside from any assessment that we're going to carry out in the clinic, one of the things that we want to know is, basically how much can you do? How far can you run before the pain comes on? Or how fast are you running before the pain? It might be the easy runs are fine, but you try to chuck a tempo run in or an interval session, and the problem, that's where it is. And then also when it hurts, how much does it hurt? Is it a sort of noticeable ache that just isn't going away? Or is it, when it appears, it's just cripplingly sore? So it's kind of, we need to know that. And then how long does it take to settle down once the pain is there? So once you stop, does it settle down really quickly, or is it into the following day? It's these kind of questions that we want to know. So it might be that you have something that it only becomes painful after you've been running for 20 or 30 minutes, which is great, which means that we know that you can keep running, and we don't have to actually stop the run. We just need to basically keep you on a program that has you running but at a much reduced capacity, which allows us to have a much more effective impact with the rehab work that we're doing. And we can build from there, but we're always looking at that. In these instances, we're always looking to push that boundary, keep things moving forward with both the rehab stuff and with your actual running. So we're always looking to have you on. If you are running, we want you kind of in that zone whereby might be a little bit sore towards the end of the run, but as soon as you stop, the pain disappears. It doesn't linger. You know, it might ache a little bit for the next, half hour after you've finished at most, but really only a 2 or a 3 out of 10, and then after that it's gone. You're fine to run for your next run. It's no worse. It doesn't happen again until a similar sort of point in the run, so you can keep running. But again, we're just monitoring the mileage, constantly trying to just gradually push it up the way so that you're not off your feet. We might include some longer duration stuff, depending on what it is you're actually doing. If we need to have you, actually doing long sessions, it might be that you're doing an hour plus or whatever on a bike, on a rowing machine, to maintain that aspect of it. But you're able to run for shorter distances, and then it's all okay. But always the one thing that we do want to do is keep you running. So you might struggle to run in for any length of time, but we could do a run walk, where it might be that you're only running for a couple of minutes at a time and then walking for 30 seconds, but always just trying to keep the running involved in wherever we can in the rehab process, because it makes everything, gives us much better feedback as to how well you're progressing, and generally speeds up the outcome in terms of getting you back to full fitness again as fast as we possibly can. So hopefully that helps you with regards to what you want to think about if you're unfortunate enough to get injured, and how you want to assess it as you're going forward, and how to guide a rehab program through to make sure that you're back to fitness as fast as possible.